What's up, you guys? Soseztheleadr here. Happy anniversary to me. Yes, today is the day when I officially uploaded my first video and my channel Soseztheleadr started. I'd like to celebrate by reading one of my more less popular books. It's Nameless and the Sword Excalibur. It's part 4 of Quest for the Final Four. I hope you enjoyed the excerpts. Let's start. Okay, this scene, it takes place at Alacarta Industries, where Nameless is the president and CEO thanks to Nightshroud. Right now, well, you're going to find out what happens here. Let's read. Staring at the gold bracelet Nightshroud gave her and the 6 notches colored in red, Nameless sat at her desk, almost oblivious to the large stack of documents that needed her signature. If I don't make any progress soon in locating that last relic, Nightshroud is going to have my head, and my sister's heads too. She began to remember all too well the events that allowed her to build the empire she now had in La Aria. After spending 4 years in purgatory and being tormented by the voices of souls whose lives she had destroyed, Mitzi, née Henna, was rescued by Nightshroud and returned to the status of Queen of the Underworld. However, this reincarnation was not without a price. In exchange for her freedom, Nightshroud ordered Mitzi to procure the 7 relics of darkness so he could regain his full dark power. Even though 6 of the relics were discovered, they were also purified by the Dragon Warriors, her hated enemies involved in this race. To make matters worse, the Dragon Warriors had also procured a bounty of star silver, the only magical element capable of purifying the relics and sealing away the tribes of shadow race that they summoned and controlled. And then she remembered all too well the conversation she'd had with Nightshroud as soon as she returned from her trip through time and space. Mitzi, I admire your loyalty, as well as your tenacity. Nightshroud began from behind the dark seam wall that allowed him to communicate with his underling. But your loyalty and tenacity seem to be all I admire you for. Why am I in so much pain after the 3 relics lost in the time hole were brought back here? My lord, Mitzi told her, please forgive me for failing you. The Dragon Warriors were able to purify those relics and thus seal away the shadow race within them. You always bring the same excuse, Nightshroud noted. Could it be that the Dragon Warriors are so successful because you are so inept at holding on to my treasures? Well, Mitzi said, hesitated. I can't really say that, actually. Could it be that the reason for your ineptitude is that you make allies with the wrong people? Nightshroud went on. Well, I can't say that either, Mitzi hedged. Then what exactly do you plan to do about the relics that have already been purified? Nightshroud finished in a shout. Master, with all due respect, I am working my fairy butt off in the surface world, looking for a solution right now! Mitzi shot back. There was a long silence, and then Nightshroud spoke. Very well, but know this. If you fail me this time, it will be your last time. So as you can see, Nightshroud is giving Mitzi one last chance to prove herself. And if she doesn't, well, Nightshroud will punish her greatly. Let's continue. Okay, this scene takes place in a pyramid in the western desert in Egypt, and Mitzi and her sisters have just entered. What will happen? Let's find out. Let's read. About 10 minutes after the three sisters had entered, Mitzi lit a match, which she used to locate a torch. She lit the torch and took it from its hook as on the wall to light their way. "We're getting warm," Dharma reported as the threesome walked. "The energy signature is progressively stronger." Just then, the threesome stopped at a flight of stone stairs, and Mitzi offered, "In that case, Dharma, you go first." Dharma eyed Mitzi suspiciously. "Why?" "You're the tracker," Mitzi reminded her. "You have the best chance of finding the right way through." Dharma nodded. "Well, if you put it that way." And then she stepped down the flight of stone stairs while Mitzi and Sally stayed behind. "My queen," Sally prompted, "why did you not choose me to go first?" "Because, my dear Sally," Mitzi began, "one expected booby traps!" Just then, Dharma screamed in pain before something crashed in the distance. Then Mitzi and Sally went down the flight of steps and, with the glow of the torch, saw that Dharma was lying on the floor next to a hinged hammer that was supposedly triggered by her. This made Mitzi finish her thought with, "Always send a boob in first!" As Mitzi and Sally watched, Dharma struggled painfully to her feet and complained in a rant, "Mitzi, I honestly wish you wouldn't use me as a guinea pig to trigger traps. I know I'm immortal, but it still hurts!" "Never knew you cared about yourself that much," Sally murmured. "Of course I care about myself," Dharma confirmed. "But I care more about you two. Think about what would have happened to you if I'd gotten incapacitated." "True," Sally said with a nod. "Come on, let's get going." Dharma sighed. "I'll lead the way," she offered. "You wouldn't find this stupid orb without me anyway." She took the torch from Mitzi and continued down another corridor, with her sisters following suit. So as you can see, at this point, they're in the pyramid looking for an orb of some sort. This orb would most likely be the last relic of darkness that Nitro needs to regain his power. Let's continue. Okay, this scene takes place in the Tower of Dragons, where Princess Luan is waiting for the report from the Dragon Warriors. Let's read. Back at the Tower of Dragons in the Palace of Melania, Luan listened as her chosen ones debriefed her on their latest situation. "The reason Mitzi was in Egypt," Murda began, "she found the final relic." "The final relic?" Luan repeated. "Could you get any information regarding it?" "All we got from Mitzi's sisters is a name," Roxy replied. "They called it the Orb of Nameless." "Orb of Nameless?" Luan repeated. She averted her gaze. "Something tells me you're familiar with this relic," Galatea noted. "Not the relic! Nameless!" Luan told them. "Wait, Nameless is the name of a person?" Murda realized. "A demon, actually," Luan explained. "Nameless is Nitro's sister." "His sister?" Miss Maya repeated. "About 3,000 years ago, dark wizards in Egypt who rebelled against the pharaoh released Nameless upon the world," Luan told them. "She and her army of crab wraiths brought terror and darkness to the city-states of the country wherever they went." "Miss Nameless sounds really powerful," Galatea observed. "She is," Luan explained. "Eventually, a brave and powerful pharaoh defeated Nameless using the sword of light known as Excalibur." "Excalibur?" at least repeated. As in, King Arthur's sword? The sword in the stone? Maya added. It wasn't always in a stone, Luan told them. The Pharaoh proved himself worthy of Excalibur when the Lady of the Lake sensed his good heart. Once he sealed away Nameless, he erased his memories, even that of his real name. From that point on, he became known as the Nameless Pharaoh, at least Willa realized. And from that point on, Excalibur was gifted with a spell. Only a true king or queen could locate the sword and wield it for justice, Luan finished. But there's just one problem, Murder reminded her. None of us are queens. So how are we going to defeat Nameless if she gets released again? Roxy wondered. We'll find a way, Luan told them. We always do. Even so, there is a drawback to the Orb of Nameless, Elise put in. I've been researching the Orb and Legends of the Scuffles of Darkness and Light, and it seems Nameless needs two elements to fully corporealize herself. What? Chimera asked. Well, the first thing, the Orb of Nameless needs to be infused with dark energy, souls of the most evil beings. What's the other thing she needs? Roxy asked. 3 dark witches must chant a spell to summon her soul from the great beyond, Elise told her. Dark witches are dark fairies, Roxy noted. If the book states that's all Nameless needs, Murder realized, then Nameless has everything she needs right now. Well, we better get to work on our katas, Chimera told everyone. Let's go, girls. The other dragon warriors nodded and then filed out of the Tower of Dragons. So as you can see, the orb is called the Orb of Nameless. This is the final relic of darkness. And now Mitzi and her sisters have it. So, as you can see, as you're probably wondering what they're planning to do, they're planning on summoning Nameless from the great beyond to try to get rid of the Dragon Warriors. So, I hope you enjoyed this little excerpt reading. If you like my series, be sure to like, comment, share this video. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the bell at the right of the subscribe icon. Don't forget to support Princess Luan and Wizard of Daria and the YouTube community. And also purchase my books on Amazon. Follow the links in the description. They're right there. They will lead you right to my author page and to my books. This is Soseztheleadr signing off. Peace out.